Okay, so for a long time now, so long that it's literally become a meme, people have wondered why, one day, without any warning, and with no explanation, DrDisRespect was banned from Twitch. I can't explain to you how weird this was at the time. Twitch banned the Doc at the peak of his popularity. Well, he's basically one of the top streamers on the site in 2020, completely out of the blue, and it was a permaban, which is weird because it seems like Twitch only permabans people when their political beliefs offend the Twitch staff. I mean, they didn't even bat an eye when another streamer made some pretty obvious threats on Twitch not too long ago. But the Doc, one of their biggest streamers, got perma'd and they kept the reason under wraps? It was just so bizarre. Well, we may have just found out what actually happened. But before we get into what the allegations are, I want to be pretty clear that the allegations made in this video are just that, allegations. There is yet to be any proof released either in support or against the claims made, and I can neither verify or prove false the allegations myself, so you should not take them as statements of fact. Okay, now that we've got the disclaimer out of the way, what allegedly happened? Why are we only finding out now? Well, to be honest, the way these allegations came to light are really weird. Basically, this guy named Cody Connors was a former Twitch employee, and for no reason at all, and with no proof, he tweeted out an allegation that DrDisRespect had been banned from Twitch for inappropriate communications with minors. He said he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Now, he doesn't explicitly name who he was talking about in the tweet, but everyone immediately knew that it was about the Doc, because there is no one else with a high-profile ban like that whose ban reason is still such a mystery. And obviously, I don't think I really need to say it, but if these allegations turn out to be true, well, let's just say that it wouldn't look great for the Doc. Messaging minors, especially to meet up, is, well, it's quite literally one of the worst things an adult can do. I don't understand why so many creators get caught messaging minors, but if true, this should not just end the Doc's career, it should also probably lead to a police investigation. That being said, it kind of sounds like there may have already been some kind of investigation. You see, Jake Lucky, a guy who basically does YouTube commentary, but on Twitter or X instead of YouTube, basically just a low effort form of the type of content I make, retweeted the allegations saying, a former Twitch employee has come forward and stated the alleged reason for DrDisRespect's permanent Twitch ban for being sexting a minor in the previous Twitch Whispers product, which we already knew from the original tweet, but Jake's tweet was the one that the Doc decided to respond to. Jake, seriously, I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract, which is not a very good response to the allegations being made. No wrongdoing was acknowledged is not nearly as important as no wrongdoing was committed, which he didn't say in this tweet. Basically, I think this was a knee-jerk response to try and quell the rumors, and that it wasn't really well thought out. My best guess is that he was specifically talking about his lawsuit against Twitch when he said no wrongdoing was acknowledged, basically saying, hey, Twitch admitted that I actually did nothing wrong. But that's just my thoughts, and to be honest, it might genuinely be cope. He did later go on to try and fix his PR nightmare by issuing another statement over the weekend. He said, listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All of this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. Which again, isn't exactly the best response we could have seen, but without knowing the terms of his agreement with Twitch, it might very well be the only thing that he's allowed to say. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some clause in the agreement that forbade either party from talking about anything related to the reason for his ban. It would make sense. At least though, in this statement, he says that it has been probed and settled, that he didn't do anything illegal, and that he didn't do anything wrong. Well, I think people would like to hear him say, I was not talking to a minor. This is basically the same thing as saying that in legal speak, because if he was actually sexting with someone underage, it would have been illegal, and there probably would have been wrongdoing found. Not to mention, the Doc did get paid out once the lawsuit was over, which kind of implies to me that Twitch's case wasn't very good. So basically, where we sit right now is that there's an allegation of DrDisRespect messaging minors. No evidence at all. He claims he committed no crimes, and that he didn't do anything wrong. Of course, if the allegations end up being proven true, then DrDisRespect is a horrible human being and doesn't deserve to stay in an influential position like he's in now. But, and I know this might be hard for some people to understand, I believe in innocent until proven guilty. Considering the lack of evidence against him, it's only right to take the Doc's word for what happened, even if he can't say much. That being said, if in the future evidence comes out against him, I will condemn him immediately, but I don't think that it's the right time to do that yet, especially when the guy who is leaking these allegations has a bit of a history with teasing the Doc's ban reason for his own personal gain. This comes from Comment Cop on Twitter/X, who said, Cody Connors, the former Twitch employee who said DrDisRespect was caught sexting a minor, had previously been using this information in an attempt to sell tickets to his shows. Disgusting behavior, with a screenshot of Cody's past tweets as evidence. So I mean, this Cody guy seems to be a pretty shady character who has tried to use this information as a way to benefit his career in the past. According to these tweets, granted, he maintains deniability because he only refers to the doc as he, so Cody could argue that he was talking about someone else, and there's no way to prove that he wasn't. Doesn't make it any less shady though, especially since, let's say you have knowledge of these allegations and you personally believe them to be true. You would know that one of the most influential streamers has a history of being a predator and potentially is still a risk to more minors in the future. Would you keep that information to yourself if you knew it to be true? I'd like to think that most people wouldn't, considering the implication, and using it as a way to sell more tickets to your shows would be even worse. Not to mention, it's not the kind of secret that people keep. Of course, unless it's not true, or at least it's a wrong interpretation of events. I mean, imagine what it says about Twitch that they didn't say anything if this turned out to be true. It would mean that Twitch cares less about the safety of the community than they do about the money in their wallets, especially since it hadn't leaked until now. If people internally believed these allegations to be true, I don't see a scenario where they hadn't leaked it yet. It just doesn't compute for me. Maybe I'm just coping, but it seems less and less likely that the allegations are close to the true story the more that you think about the entire situation. Tell me in the comments, do you think that the doc did anything wrong? If you believe the allegations, how can you rationalize the monetary reward that Doc got from the lawsuit, or the fact that it hadn't leaked yet? Because if these allegations turn out to be true, then heads metaphorically need to roll, and not just the docs. Anyone who knew it and kept it a secret would have been potentially endangering minors by not coming forward, and they should probably face some kind of repercussions as well. Also, I feel like I have to mention that the allegations seem to be a tacit admission by a former Twitch employee that not only did Twitch staff have access to the whisper messages of the users of the site, but they were actively monitoring the presumed private conversations that large streamers were having, at least if you believe Cody. I've seen some streamers and content creators say, oh, that's normal, everything you do online is tracked and sold. But I feel the intense need to point out that this is in no way normal. Usually in the industry, even in the case of moderation of messages, it's done in an anonymized manner where they can't see who's actually saying the things that have been reported, and not literally people reading the full message text of one of the largest and most influential users of the site. It's a major privacy concern for Twitch users who likely assumed that these messages were safe, and I'd bet there are lawyers combing through the privacy policy on Twitch right now, because if they don't have something about them reading the messages, well, this ex-employee might have just opened up Twitch to a bunch of lawsuits. Of course, if his allegations are true, which we don't know. Anyway, how do you feel about everything? Do you think that the doc would actually do this? Do you think that Twitch would stay silent if he did? Are you concerned that Twitch may have been secretly monitoring the things that you sent to your friends on the site through the whisper system? Let me know in the comments. That's all the information that's available at the time of recording. But rest assured, if anything big comes up, I'll either make an update video and link it in the pinned comment, or I'll just write it out in the pinned comment. So be sure to look down there. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day and God bless you.